Hi everyone, you're watching Planet Earth channel, and today we're talking about crocodiles. But not just crocodiles. After all, it's a whole order that includes around 20 species of toothy beauties. And our focus today is alligators. What do they eat and what do they do? What are they thinking about and where do they swim? Let's go! The alligator is a reptile from the crocodile order, but it has a number of differences from other members of this group. They live in lakes, swamps, and rivers. These reptiles, whose appearance evokes fear and reminds us of dinosaurs, are indeed predators. They can move quickly both in water and on land, and have very powerful jaws and tails. Now, its bite may not be as strong as its African cousin, the saltwater crocodile, whose bite pressure reaches 250 atmospheres, making it the strongest bite among animals running around planet Earth. But the alligator can bite with 150 atmospheres just like that, and that's what scientists have measured. Maybe they were shy and gave low results due to their modesty, but in the wild, an alligator can easily crunch up a turtle. There are two species of alligators, the American and the Chinese. The first scientific description of the American alligator was made in 1802, and the Chinese species was described later, in 1879. American alligators are larger than their Chinese relatives. They can reach up to 4 meters in length, and in rare cases, even more. They can weigh up to 300 kilograms, though they usually weigh 2 to 3 times less. Adult Chinese alligators reach 1.5 to 2 meters in length, and their weight rarely exceeds 30 kilograms. Their coloration can change depending on where they live. If the water body contains lots of algae, they may turn greenish. In heavily swampy areas rich in tannins, they appear light brown. Alligators living in dark, murky waters become darker, with dark brown or nearly black skin. This is, of course, due to mimicry. Alligators need camouflage to hunt successfully. The belly doesn't need camouflage, so it's usually light. On the front legs, both species have 5 toes, while on the hind legs there are only 4. The long tail, about the same length as the rest of the body, helps them swim, fight, dig nests or burrows, and is a storage of fat for winter. That's why it's so strong. So how do you tell an alligator from a true crocodile? The alligator has a wider snout shaped like the letter U, while crocodiles have a sharper V-shaped snout. Also in crocodiles, unlike alligators and gharials, which are grouped separately, the lower teeth are clearly visible when the jaw is closed. Alligators have a proper bite. Their eyes are also set higher on the head, and alligators live only in fresh water. Though they can take a dip in salt water, they don't stay long. American alligators mostly live in Louisiana, and especially in Florida, which is home to about 80% of the total population. If domestic animals come to drink near where Mississippi alligators live, it's easier to catch them because they're less wary. So alligators aren't dumb. They're happy to settle near people and feed on livestock like sheep and calves. And even the occasional clumsy dog can become breakfast. In times of drought, they may travel to suburbs in search of water and shade, or even wander into backyard pools. I can just imagine the reaction of your average American housewife trying to relax by the pool, only to find one of these young and energetic reptiles chilling there. Hopefully no one gets hurt, but the story is sure to go viral. The range of the Chinese alligator, like its total population, has drastically shrunk due to human activity. Now they live only in the Yangtze River basin, though they used to be found throughout much of China and even the Korean peninsula. Given what we know about our Chinese friends, the decline in numbers might not be solely due to habitat loss, since traditional medicine and the unique taste of crocodile meat haven't gone anywhere. But to their credit, they do raise them on farms. So while wild numbers may be close to zero, in captivity things are under control. Alligators are fearsome predators, capable of eating anything they can catch. They pose a threat to most inhabitants of the water and shorelines. They have both the strength to handle nearly any animal and the agility to catch it. Their diet includes fish, turtles, birds, small mammals, mollusks, insects, and of course domestic animals that are either dumb or unlucky. Surprisingly, despite those fearsome teeth, they also eat fruits and leaves. So yes, the alligator likes his meat with a side salad. Their behavior depends heavily on water temperature. Alligators are cold-blooded like all crocodilians. They are active in warm water, around 25 degrees Celsius and up. In cold water, they become sluggish and their appetite drops. So frost and sun, a wonderful day, doesn't really apply to them. In the wild, as with other crocodilians, they're at the top of the food chain, but that doesn't mean they don't face threats. Panthers and bears can be serious opponents. Then again, alligators can also kill and eat them, though such encounters are rare. A bigger threat comes from other alligators. Cannibalism is common. Larger individuals won't hesitate to eat smaller ones, especially if there are too many alligators in one area and prey is scarce. Young alligators face threats not only from their own kind, but also from otters, raccoons, snakes, birds of prey, and even large fish. For older juveniles, bobcats and cougars may pose a danger. Though they don't hunt alligators specifically, clashes do happen. They're not afraid of humans. They can be dangerous but usually won't attack unless provoked. If you don't make sudden movements near one, they likely won't be aggressive. Still, there's a risk they might mistake a child for prey, so I personally wouldn't go sticking fingers in their mouths or let kids near them. Alligators mostly live in complex, winding burrows that can stretch for dozens of meters. Though much of the burrow is above water, the entrance is always underwater. If it dries up, the alligator has to dig a new one. These burrows serve as cold weather shelters, and several alligators might hibernate together in one. But the most incredible thing is that not all alligators go into burrows. Some hibernate in the water, leaving only their nostrils above the surface. Their body freezes into the ice, and they stop reacting to the outside world. All their bodily functions slow down. This is what allows them to survive the cold. Prolonged hibernation is typical for Chinese alligators. American alligators may hibernate too, usually for about a month. If an alligator makes it past the most dangerous early years, it can live 30 to 40 years in the wild. In ideal conditions, some live up to 70. So dear friends, in this short time, we've learned a lot about the crocodile's relatives, that they're not exactly cuddly, that they sometimes eat fruit, and that they can freeze into the ice while still alive. That's the alligator for you. Thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. It really helps the channel grow. This is Planet Earth. See you next time.